Okay, so today's topic is, first we're gonna generate simple color generator .html. So today's project is a color generator, and how do we generate the colors? Wait, first let me generate the boilerplate and let me give the title. I'm gonna call it color generator, or let's call it color changer, that's more sensible. Okay, so it's a fairly simple project. Okay, what we want to do is, whenever I click or wherever I click on my screen, anywhere on my screen, I want my body to change the color. Like, we would have a list of colors, that's maybe, let's say, 6 to 7 colors, and every time I click on my screen, I want my body to change the color. That's what we want. Okay, it's a simple project. So let us start. We have nothing to do in HTML because we don't want to see anything here. We just want to have this interaction on the body. Okay, so I'm gonna put the script tag. So what was the first question you need to ask yourself? What was the first question? Do you guys remember the question you need to ask yourself before doing DOM manipulation? Like, what do you want to work on? So what do we want to work on? Which element do we want to work on? Like, whenever, yeah, good, we want to work on the body. So I'm gonna take a variable. I'm gonna say let body is equals to, and what do we write next?
Document.
Very good. I'm gonna write document, and then document, and then dot. Good. And then
Body.
very good, document dot body. But how do you know that we have to write body and not querySelector? How do you guys know that? I mean, we have been doing document dot.
Because you were just, isn't that the element that we want to target, the body?
Exactly, good. But we were doing document dot querySelectors up until at this point. Like, we were doing this document dot querySelector. So although this is actually good, you guys answered it perfectly. But why haven't you guys said document dot querySelector? Why just document dot body? There's a proper concept. There's a big concept behind it. Although this is correct. Okay, let me tell you the difference between.
Because
Yeah.
the body is not a class.
Very good. Exactly. That's exactly right. So basically, querySelector is for classes or elements or IDs or anything that is inside the body. Okay, so querySelector is used to target anything that is inside the body, but we want to target the body itself and not anything that is inside it. So that's why we are saying go to the document, that is the HTML, and get me the body. Body is directly inside the HTML, so we don't have to use querySelector, because querySelector is for classes, IDs and tags and everything like that. Okay, great. Now we want to work on this. Like, I want to click anywhere here. Yeah, I want to click anywhere here. So whenever we want to do styling, we're going to target the body. But whenever we want to have functionality implemented, the body in JavaScript is called window. Okay, so basically in JavaScript we have, if you want to target the body, we say windows, and if you want to target the body in the sense of styling, in the context of styling, that's when we call the document dot body. If you want to call the body in the context of functionality, you use window. Okay, now we want to attach an event listener on this window. How do we do that? How do we attach the event listeners?
Dot.
Very good, dot, and then it's giving me
addEventListener.
very good. So we're gonna say add event listener. Great, and it's a function, so that's why we're gonna put parentheses. It's gonna take two things from us. First,
the click.
what is the click?
The function.
No.
Red.
Event. Yeah. The first thing it's gonna take
Okay,
is
okay.
the event type. So that's correct. It's click. And the second parameter is gonna take from us is
Another function.
very good. It's a function, a callback function. And what is the callback function? That is being called when you perform this first thing. So this function, this callback function is going to be implemented only when you perform the click on the window. So for the time being, we're just going to say alert. Have we discussed about the alert?
No.
Okay. So
Yeah,
basically,
we did.
yeah, I think we did. Okay, basically it's like a console log. If we haven't, it's like a console log, but it's not gonna be shown here. Instead, we're gonna have a pop-up that's gonna pop from this point. Let me show you. I'm gonna say alert and then click, and I'm gonna click anywhere on the body. It's gonna show me that pop-up. Okay, so it's working fine. That's great. Okay, now we want to have colors stored somewhere. So how do we store multiple colors in a single place? How do we do that? Like I want to change colors on every click now.
Array.
Very good. We're gonna use array. So outside of this click event, event, I'm gonna say colors, and we already have a lot of colors. That's really great. So we have red, green, blue, yellow, purple, and orange, and so on. What we want to do is we want to change the color of the body. So we already targeted the body in the body variable. So I'm gonna say body. And how do we change the CSS of something?
Style.
Very good. Body dot style. And what do we want to change?
The background.
The background. Good. So I'm gonna say background and background color in camel casing. And let's say I want to say colors and 0. What does this mean? Instead of this, I'm gonna say just
It means.
red.
Oh,
Yeah. What does it mean?
I was gonna say red.
Yeah, good. That's exactly what it means. So if you were to do this, what's gonna be the color of the body?
Red.
It's not red. Why is that? We have said that the body style should be, the background should be red. So why isn't it red? Because this is only going to be implemented when is this going to be implemented? When we click on the window. So that's why it's not implemented at the moment, because we have to click in order to implement it. So we have a red color. Okay, but this is static value. Okay, this is static. This cannot be changed. We want to change it. So I'm gonna say colors, and I'm gonna put an array, and I'll say 2. So what would happen if I click on the body again? What color is it gonna have?
It's gonna turn blue.
Very good. It's gonna turn blue. So I'm gonna click. Great. But now what I want to do is, every time I click, I want to jump from this to this to this. Like I want to increment by 1. I want to increment this value every time I click on the body. How do we do that? In fact, we already did this. In fact, not we, you guys have already did this in the previous project, like when you made the counter. So what should we do so that this thing changes on every click?
You could take one variable and
Very good.
increment it plus plus.
Very good, exactly. So I'm gonna say, let's say I'm gonna say count is equals to 0. So I'm gonna take count is equals to 0. So initially this count is gonna have a value of 0. So if instead of static number here, if I were to write count here, what's gonna happen if I click now? What's the value of count?
Red.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna turn red. What's the value of count? It's 0. So basically,
Zero,
if I write count here, so behind the scenes, what's stored here?
Red.
No, here. All those gonna show red, but what's stored here?
0.
0. Good. So it's gonna go into the colors array, and it's gonna get me the 0th index. So we have the 0. If I were to change this to 1, what would be the output now? In fact, before telling me the output, tell me what's stored here.
One.
1. So it's going to go into the colors array and it's going to get me the 1 index. So we would
Which is
have
green.
green. Good. So perfect. But now we want to change this count programmatically. So how can we do that? I'm gonna say to JavaScript, every time I click on my window, I want my count to be incremented by 1. So how can we do that? Count plus plus. So every time we click on the window, the count is gonna be incremented by 1, and the style of the body is gonna be equal to whatever is in the count. So let me click. So what do you think the answer would be the first time I click? What is it saying? Yeah. What's gonna be the output for first time I click?
Blue.
Blue?
No, green.
Green. Why not red? Because
It's
isn't the
because we incremented it right there.
very good. Exactly. That's a really good question. I thought I might get you in with this one, but very good. So basically, what's gonna happen is we are not gonna get 0 here ever. Why is that? Because when we click on the body, the first thing it do is increments the count. So basically when we click on this, we increment the count, and the value of count when it reaches here is equal to 1 now. So when it reaches this line, it's gonna go into the colors and it's gonna get the count. So what's the value of count after clicking? What's the value of count after 1? So basically we have colors and then 1th index. So we're gonna have green color and not red. But I want to show the first value first. Like I want to show the red value first. What should I do?
You can put the
Yeah,
count after.
very good. We can put the increment after this. So the first thing it's gonna do is change the color, and then it's gonna increment the count. So initially the first time we click, this count is gonna be 0 and not 1, and it's gonna be incremented afterwards, like after applying the color. So let me click it. So we have red first, then we click again, we have green, blue, yellow, and purple, orange. But if I were to click again, it's not going to do anything. Why is that? Why is it changing the colors?
The array is empty.
Very good. It's not empty, but it has something to do with the array.
Like a finish.
No. Basically when we reach orange and then we click again, okay, for example we have reached orange color and then we click on it again, so it's gonna increment it, but there is nothing after the orange color. So basically it's not gonna show us anything. It's being incremented again and again, but the color, the count basically finishes, the array value finishes. We don't have anything after the orange color, so that's why it's gonna stop at the orange color. So how can we avoid this? How can we, what I want to do is when it reaches the orange color, I want it to move back to the red color. How can we do that?
We can apply the if condition.
Very good. We can apply the if condition. So every time I click on my window, the first thing I need to check is whether the value of count is greater than the array index or not. Like if it's greater, I should turn it back to 0. If it's not, I should make it keep going. So how can we do that? We can put conditions. So I'm going to say if, and then what should I write inside the if? Like for example, the first time I click, the value is 0. The second time I click, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what I'm gonna say to JavaScript is when I reach above 5, if my count value reaches above 5, I want you to change my count back to 0. So if my count is greater than 5, I want it to change back to 0 because we don't have any more indexes after the 5th index. So how can we do that? If, and then I'm going to repeat the condition again.
Count is greater than 5.
Very good. Count is
greater than 5.
Very good. Greater than 5. We want to do what? We want to get it back to
We
the
want to reset it to
very good.
equal
We
to
want to
zero.
reset it. Very good. We can say count is equals to 0. Exactly what Miss Nimra has said. We have to reset it, and it's basically saying it. The AI is saying that we are resetting the count. So let's try it again. So we have a color generator ready. We can make it more interesting. How? Instead of click, if I were to do, let's say, mouse move, what's gonna happen now? What do you think would happen now? Like I've changed. Yeah.
If the mouse moves on the screen, then the colors are gonna
Exactly. Good. Now all of this functionality is going to be implemented if the mouse moves and not clicks. So we have a really fast color generator. So we have, every time I move my mouse, we are performing the functionality inside it, and it's changing the colors again and again. Okay, so we're gonna do this again one more time so that we get the concepts like really uh, perfectly. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna ask again. What's the first thing we need to ask ourselves? What's the first thing that we need to ask ourselves when we're doing?
What element am I going to work on?
Very good. What element are we going to work on? So what's the element we want to work on?
Body.
Body. So I'm gonna take a variable and I'm gonna say let body is equals to, and then how do I get the body? Document dot
Body.
body. Perfect. Why not querySelector?
Because body is an element, not a class.
Well, each one is also an element. Image is also an element. So the reason is querySelector is
The
for
body is not a class.
yeah, but each one is also not a class. So basically, I think Mr. Rohel is saying something. Okay, so basically querySelector is used for anything that is inside the body. Okay, querySelector is used for anything that is inside the body, but we want to get the body itself, not something that is inside the body. So we're just gonna say that document and not then body, because body is directly present inside the HTML, inside the document. Okay, so now we want to have a list of arrays, like maybe let's say 10 colors. So let colors orange, give me more colors. So I'm gonna say pink, brown, green, I think green, black, I think yeah, that's enough. Okay, now we want to attach an event listener on entire body. So how do we target body functionality in the context of functionality with JavaScript? How do we target it?
Window.
Very good, window. So we're gonna say window, and then
The event list.
very good, dot add event listener. It's a function that is gonna take how many things from us? Two things from us. Very good. And what are those two things?
Click.
What's click?
Event.
Very good, event. So we want to perform click, and the second thing is going to take from us is gonna be yeah, the callback function. So callback means this is going to be implemented only when this first thing completes. Okay, so what do we want to do when we click on the body? What do we want to do?
Change the background color.
Very good. So how do we do that?
Document.
No, we already have selected the body. It's inside the body variable. So body, and then
Body dot.
it's telling me everything. We don't want that. But yes, body dot style. Good.
Dot background color.
Very good. Dot background color is equals to. I'm gonna say go to the colors variable and get me, let's say, fourth index. So what is it gonna output? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Purple.
Good. It's gonna say purple. Perfect. but every time I click on my body, I want my colors to move one forward. So how can we do that? How can we make this number dynamic? Like every time I click, I want to change it.
Take the variable
Yeah, good. Let's take a
and
variable.
increment it.
So I'm gonna say, let's say this time we're gonna take index. So index, yeah. So index, the value of index is equals to 0, and instead of writing manually statically 4 here, I'm gonna write index. We cannot change static numbers, but we can change the variable, so that's why we have taken a variable because we can change it. So index, at the moment the value of index is 0, so behind the scenes here we have stored 0. So if I click now, it's gonna get me which color?
Red.
Red. Good. But now we want to change it on every click, so we're gonna say index plus plus, meaning every time I click I want my index to increase. So what's gonna be the output when I click?
Green.
Green. Good, because first it increments and then it applies the color. So when I click, the value of index increases by 1, so we have 1 stored here, 1 here as well. So it's going to go inside the colors variable and it's going to take the first index and apply it. Perfect. But we want to see the first color, so I'm going to move it after. So we're going to say first apply the color and then increment the value. So perfect, it's going to increment it, but it's going to stop after the black color because it's the last in our list and we don't have any more indexes after the black color. So what can we do? What can we do?
Apply the if conditions.
Very good, we can put the conditions. So before applying the color, we can put the if conditions, but this time we're gonna do it more like more developer way. So how can we do that? If I'm gonna say if index is greater than what? Like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But we don't want to manually calculate it. So how can we say that this array can increase or decrease? We don't want to change colors every time this array increases or decreases. So we're going to put a dynamic approach here. So we're going to say if index is greater than my array, that is colors, and then dot length. What does this mean? What does colors dot length refers to? Have we discussed about colors dot length function or not?
No.
Okay, so basically this is a this is a function of arrays, specific to arrays, that is gonna give us the length. Let me console log it for you, so we'll be able to see better. Console.log, and we're gonna say colors dot length. So what colors dot length is gonna give us is the length of the array, like how long the array is. But it's saying 10. Why isn't it saying 9? Because if we were to count it again, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So why do you think colors dot length is giving me 10 and not 9? Take a guess. Just guess why.
Do we have total of 10 colors over there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, we have them.
Maybe it doesn't count from 0.
Very good, exactly. Indexes starts from 0. Okay, indexes start from 0, but length starts from 1. Okay, so that's why it's giving us 10. So now we have to change our approach here. So if we weren't using colors dot length, what should we write here? If we're not using colors dot length, if index is greater than what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. So if index is greater than 9, we want to reset it. We're going to say index should be equal to 0 only if it's greater than 9. But we want to do it dynamically, so what should we say? Colors dot length. But colors dot length gives me what number? Which number is it gonna give me?
10.
10. So we want to check for 9. So what can we do? You know, if you were to do 10, it's not going to work for us. Look, it's going to
So
stop.
minus 9. 1.
It is working, but it's not working right. So we can do what? Minus 1. So that would give us 9 exactly. So perfect. Perfect. Okay, any questions with this new thing we have studied? Although it's not new, but it's
No.
sort of. Okay, great. Now we're going to study a new thing, and that new thing is, have you actually visited websites where we have a slider and it's changing on its own? Like you don't have to click on next slide, it basically changes on its own. Have you seen those websites? Wait,
Yeah.
let me show you if I remember correct. We have what was it?
Remember the KFC one we did? It would go by itself.
Was it going by
It used to
itself?
slide.
Okay,
The
wait.
KFC,
Yeah. Okay, wait.
the pictures used to slide.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect. So is it moving or not? It should be moving, but wait. Let me. Maybe if I push it a little bit. Come on. Yeah. So what's happening here is it's moving after a set of time. It's doing it again and again. Yes. So we want to do this on our website, like not exactly the slider, but just the implementation like this. So we want the colors here to be changed on its own. Like we don't want to click in order to change the colors. Like we want to do this. We want to implement this functionality as well, but we want to change the colors on its own as well. Okay, so basically after some time we want to change the colors. So whenever we have something that is related to time in JavaScript, okay, now we have a timing function involved. Like what do we want to do is, we want to apply a condition, we want to um, perform a condition that is going to do all of this but on its own. Like we don't want to trigger it, it should do it on its own after some time. So now we have something called timing functions. Okay, timing functions are what? Basically these functions are simple functions that are going to be executed after the time you're going to put inside these functions. So we have two functions. We have set timeout, and then we have set interval. What do you think would be the difference between timeout and interval? Take a guess. Although I'm gonna do a practical work here as well, but take a guess. What do you think the difference between timeout and interval would mean? Like it's related to the interval and timeout. What do you think is the difference?
I mean, timeout could be like it just has a certain amount of time for running,
Okay, an interval.
and it just times out after that time. And I think that's more like repetitive.
Exactly, exactly. And what about interval?
It's repetitive.
Very good, exactly. So interval is repetitive and timeout is not. Let's just do a practical example. So how do we write the functions? We write set timeout. Okay, set timeout is a function, so we're going to put parentheses, and this function is going to take two things from us. The first one is another function, and the second one is the time, like after how many seconds or minutes is it going to be the function is going to run. So the first one thing is going to be a function, so I'm going to put parentheses again, arrow, and then curly braces. So the first thing is a function, and the second parameter is time, so I'm going to put, let's say, 5000. What do you think 5000 would mean?
Seconds.
Very good. No, not seconds. Do we wait 5000 seconds?
5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds. So basically 5000 means 5000 milliseconds, and it takes the time in milliseconds only. Okay, so anything we write in this first function is going to be included, is going to be executed when we reach 5 seconds. So let me do it. So I'm going to say console.log and hello after 5 seconds. I'm going to save it. You're not going to see anything here, but if we wait for 5 seconds, that's going to be 2 3 4 5, and it's only going to be executed only once, because timeout function only executes the functionality only once. For example, if I were to do this instead of 5 plus, write 2. What does 2 mean here?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Yeah, what is it going to do after 2 seconds?
It's gonna say hello.
Say hello.
Oh wait, no, it's not gonna say it. It's still gonna say after 5 seconds.
Yes, good. It's still gonna say after 5 seconds. So 1 2 and boom. Okay, so but we want something that repetitively runs again and again. So should we use timeout or should we use interval? Interval, yes. So instead of timeout, we're just gonna write interval, and what this is going to do is going to say hello, and then after 2 seconds again hello, again 2 seconds hello, and it's going to do it for every 2 seconds. Yeah.
So for interval, when we choose how many seconds we want it, but it'll keep repeating on the seconds we put fixed in the code.
Yes.
Like if it works for like 3 seconds, it's gonna after 3 seconds it will keep on repeating like a loop.
Yes, exactly like a loop.
Okay.
In fact, it's an infinite loop. Okay, it's an infinite loop. In fact, maybe if you guys have visited a lot of websites, you would see. Have you guys visited e-commerce site where they have a timer running, like the sale is gonna end in maybe, let's say, 2 days or 2 hours, something like that? Yeah. So what are they doing? Now you guys are gonna tell me. What are they doing?
Interval set interval.
Yeah, exactly. Good. They are using the JavaScript set interval function. So now you know how these websites are working. Okay, so we want to implement this functionality again, like it should do it on its own. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna put this functionality, I'm gonna copy it all, and I'm gonna put it inside the interval, but instead of 2 seconds I'm gonna say 1. So it's gonna change on every 1 second, but we want to do smoothness on it. Like I want to see the a really pretty effect. Like I want to see the colors being changed from one thing to another. What should I do? I want to put smoothness.
Transition.
Very good. Transition on what? On the body, because the styling is being applied on the body. So I'm going to target the body, and I'm going to say transition all and 0. Let's say 4 seconds. So let's see. Yeah, perfect. Okay, I'm not doing anything. It's just it's doing on its own. So what if we want to make it go fast? What should we do? What should we do?
We're gonna change the time.
Very good. Should I increase it or decrease it?
Decrease it.
Decrease. So what does this 100 mean? What?
0.1 seconds.
Very good. 0.1 seconds. But it's not looking any good. So maybe let's say 1000 is good. Perfect. So do you guys get the concept of set timeout and set interval?
Yeah. Yes.
Perfect. So let's do one more thing in this project, and that is I want to show the name of the color that is being displayed in the body. Okay, for example, if it's blue at the moment, the text here should say blue. If it's pink, it should say pink. If it's brown, it should say brown. Okay, how can we do that? How can we do it? For that, first we need to go inside the body, and I'm going to take an h1, and this is going to be empty. I'm going to create a class, and let's name the class to be color name, and this h1 is going to have a font size of, let's say, 4 rems, text align of center, and let me test it out. Perfect. Okay, now inside this h1 we want to show the color name that is being displayed. So first we need to get this h1 inside a JavaScript. So I'm gonna say let color name, and just doing it perfectly, color name, and then document dot querySelector, and then the name of the class. Okay, so what should we do? Now you guys are gonna tell me. I'm not gonna do it. You guys have to tell me what should we do. Come on, it's easy. Like, we want to change the text inside the heading that is being named as color name. The variable name is color name. So what do we do when we want to change the text inside an element? What do we do? Come on, it was
I
a
think after the index plus plus,
yeah,
you
good.
can write colors name.
Before the index plus plus, because else it's gonna give us the different name.
Oh, okay. The colors name.
Very good. Color name, and then dot
The
inner HTML, and it should be equal to whatever is inside the colors and then index. So it's not here. Why isn't it here? Because we have applied this on the click. Okay, but we want to do it on the interval as well. So I'm gonna copy it and put it inside the interval as well. Perfect. But there is going to be a problem here. When it's black, we can see it. When it's blue, we can see it. What I want to do is, I'm going to say to JavaScript, if the background color is black or blue, I want my text to be white and not black. How can we do that? In fact, that's your homework. Yeah, that's your homework. What you have to do is, if the background color is blue or black, you have to change the text color to be equal to white. Is the homework clear?
Sorry, can you explain it again?
Yeah. Okay. So when we when we reach the black color, we cannot see the text that is inside here. For example, let it reach black, and yeah, when it reaches black, you cannot see the text. So what you want to do is, when we have a background color of blue or black, I want my text color, that is this color name variable, to have a color of white and not black. I'm going to repeat it one more time. If the background color, the color of the body, is black or blue, the text color should be white. Okay? Any questions about today's project?
So just for the black and blue, you
Yes.
want the text like we write the color but in white.
Yes, exactly. Just for the blue and
Okay.
black only. For every other color, it should be black.
Okay.
Okay? So any questions about today's project? Any questions?
No.
Okay, I'm intentionally making the JavaScript go slow because all of my students basically leave the course. Well, not leave it, basically gets really demotivated when we read JavaScript, because it's basically a lot of logic involved here. So that's why I'm taking it really slow. If you have any kind of problem, you have to ask questions. Okay?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
but I just need to understand it.
Okay,
Thank you.
that's great. So inshallah we're gonna meet tomorrow. So if there's no questions, you guys can leave. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Thank you. Allah.
Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.